back to Keep It Real Boxing. This is Cypherbox with another video. Just going to review now the Badou Jack versus Nathan Cleverly fight for the WBA regular title at light heavyweight. And if you watched my prediction video, you would have seen I pretty much got it right in terms of how I broke down this fight, how it was going to go, how I predicted it to be. And as I said, Nathan Cleverly is a fighter I don't rate at all. I don't think he was on the same level as Badou Jack. You know, he did try, he showed a lot of heart, don't get me wrong, wanted to keep going, he wasn't going to stop. And the fight had to be stopped, obviously, in that 5th round, it had to be. But just like I said, Badou Jack, I talked about Nathan Cleverly, and I thought Nathan Cleverly, what he needs to do is use his jab, push Badou Jack back, get him up against the ropes in the corner, and then take that as his opportunity to kind of, bully and dominate Badou Jack. But he was unable to do that because Badou Jack, like I said, he's got such a good defense, high guard. He kept a nice high guard throughout the fight. I mean, the first few rounds he was moving around on the outside, which is what I advised against. I personally said Badou Jack needs to gain control of the centre of the ring and then push Cleverly back and get him on the ropes and up against the corner, in the corners, etc. And then start teeing off and working those nice combinations, those 1-2s, the hooks, the variety of punches that he has in his arsenal. And he did that very well, and exactly what he did. You know what I mean? He first couple of rounds he was moving around the ring, kind of assessing, and then once he got comfortable, he took control of the center of the ring and just started to box from the inside. And that's one thing I said about Badou Jack. A lot of people don't see it, is he's very good on the inside. He can fight on the outside, but he can fight on the inside very well and stand in front of his opponent, hold that high guard of his, and just let off quality shots, counter punches, and he just systematically broke down Nathan Cleverly, just broke the guy's heart, really, and to the point where Nathan Cleverly was just trying to make it to the end of the fight and trying to put on a brave show for everyone, but he just wasn't good enough. Badou Jack just broke him down beautifully, combinations. Like I said, he got hold of that center of that ring and just eventually started beating on him so much and laying so much punishment on Nathan Cleverly that the point is he had to start backing up, and once he was against the ropes, it was all over. And I think if you go and look at my prediction and go and review my prediction for this fight, I got it pretty much spot on. There was one person out there who obviously was a Cleverly fan. He turned around and said, "Watch, Cleverly's going to knock Jack out in the first few rounds," and I just laughed it off. I didn't bother replying to that. Clearly a Cleverly fan there, but I'm sure that person, whoever it was, is going to be sorely disappointed at my prediction coming true. It was a great performance by Badou Jack, by Badou Jack, and he just boxed well, just boxed really, really well, and I feel he's just getting better and better with every fight. And I think he'll do well in the light heavyweight division. There was a bit of a size difference between the two of them, and you kind of thought, well, is that going to factor in? And it didn't at all, So shout out to Badou Jack, great performance. Really enjoyed watching his fight. He really put it on Nathan Cleverly. And shout out to Nathan Cleverly as well. He did try. He showed a lot of heart, but unfortunately, heart wasn't enough. He just didn't have the skill sets to trouble Badou Jack, period. And interesting, at the end of the fight, what was said out Badou Jack's mouth, and I think he mentioned Andre Ward a little bit, but he called out Adonis Stevenson and said, "Let's do this, let's get it on," So that's a fight I'd like to see. And they're both obviously Badou Jack's with Mayweather Promotions, and Mayweather Promotions works with Al Heyman as well, and Adonis Stevenson is a Al Heyman fighter as well, so that's an easy fight to be made. And it'd be interesting to see if that happens. I think it will happen. I don't think it won't happen. I would personally like to see Andre Ward versus Adonis Stevenson, and then maybe Badou Jack can fight the winner of that. But if he wants to take Adonis Stevenson now, don't see why not. And you know, hope that Andre Ward sticks around. You know, he doesn't move up to cruiserweight because he's looking potentially at that fight with Tony Bellew at cruiserweight. You know, he said Andre Ward said a lot of things. You know, I think personally he needs to unify and become undisputed champion before moving on to cruiserweight. I want to see that in every weight class, every division. I want to see an undisputed champion. They're all title holders of their respective sanctioning bodies. They're not world champions until they're undisputed, in my opinion. But you know, we'll see what happens. You know, in today's boxing, you know, money talks. You know how it is. So it could be the case that Andre Ward does move up and doesn't even fight Stevenson and doesn't fight Badou Jack and moves up to cruiserweight and takes, you know, a fight against against Tony Bellew at cruiserweight if they can work out the money and all that sort of stuff for it. And I know Andre Ward's also talked about moving up to heavyweight and saying that he, you know, don't count out a possible fight down the line with Anthony Joshua. But I'll talk about that if it ever comes about. But you know, the question is, it all hinges on Andre Ward. Does he stay at light heavyweight and unify, you know, and become undisputed champion? He said he wanted to do that after watching Terence Crawford. He also said he's in negotiation with Matchroom Boxing and Tony Bellew, Eddie Hearn. So Andre Ward said a lot of things. So I don't know what option he's going to take and where he's going to take his next step for his career. But Badou Jack, you know, I don't see why he shouldn't fight Adonis Stevenson. I think that'll be a really good fight. I think he's clearly shown he's got the skill sets and he's capable to do that. And I would like to see that fight, and hopefully we'll see that fight next. But other than that, a really good fight. Well done to Badou Jack, and obviously shout out to Nathan Cleverly. He showed a lot of heart, no doubt about it. All right, that's all I really got to say on this fight. You know, as always, guys, if you like the video, if you like what you're seeing, hit that like button. Share the video, subscribe to the channel. If you do subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification icon and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video, alright? Until next time, this is Cypherbox reminding you to keep it real.